welcome back to Mountain Murders. I'm Heather.
And I'm Bella.
Bella is filling in for her stepdaddy.
Yes, old Dylan Packer.
He is at work tonight.
Yes.
So you are going to be taking over the mic, and you'll probably sound a lot more intelligent than he does sometimes.
I'm quite intelligent.
Because you're sober.
I am sober all the time.
I want to give a big shout out to a brand new patron that we have, Shelby. She stepped out at our highest level.
Thank you, Shelby.
We appreciate that. Of course, you have an opportunity to follow us on Patreon as well. If you want to sign up, just a couple of bucks a month, you're going to get bonus material, extra podcasts, photos, videos, and we've got some more big surprises in the works for the brand new year. Bella, this month, December, is our 1-year anniversary putting together Mountain Murders.
Yes! I'm so excited for you guys.
Isn't that cool?
It's awesome.
And we've reached over 35,000 downloads.
That's awesome. Thank you guys.
We have some great patrons. We have wonderful listeners.
Yes.
A pop-in social media. Are you
Snaps
thriving?
for that. I'm always thriving, sis.
I'm so glad to have you here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here as well.
You're my little nugget, and it's fun to have you on this episode, where we'll be talking about something near and dear to your heart, Krampus. You can relate because you're a naughty child.
Yes, I can.
Before we get started, should we tell them the story about the reindeer?
Yes, please.
So when Bella was really small, you were a toddler. What were you, maybe 2 or 3?
Yeah, I remember this vividly.
You do remember this. You had gotten a little broom and dustpan
for Christmas. It was hot pink and it had Disney princesses on it, if you guys were wondering.
Because you really liked dusting and cleaning and that kind of thing?
I thought I was going to be like a little maid for like the royal family or something.
So Christmas morning, we put some raisinets out on the balcony on the porch, and we told you that Santa's reindeer had left poop out there and you needed to go clean it up.
Yes, I remember this. I was very excited to clean up reindeer shit. I don't know why, but
white people love cleaning up shit, according to Dave Chappelle.
Apparently.
I'm just kidding. So you go outside with your little dustpan and your little broom, and
I
you
see the
swept up
raisins.
But you thought it was reindeer poop.
I did.
Do you feel like this has impacted you?
Yes, it definitely has. Because a few years ago, I found out that Santa wasn't real.
And me too. I was 24, but it still stings.
Yes. Well, this was a couple of years ago, and people always tell me he's real, and I'm like, honey, I know he's not real. You don't have to do this whole act for me. But it wasn't like a close family member who had to tell me. It was my therapist who told me, Bella, Santa's not real. He's not. But keep up the joy of Christmas, the Christmas spirit. And I was like, okay.
All right. Well, that's one glimpse into your dysfunctional childhood. All right. Well, this is the 4th in our 12 downloads of Christmas. Are you ready to get started?
Yes.
We're going to be discussing Krampus, pagan traditions, and early origins of Christmas.
Yes.
Krampus dates back to the pre-Germanic paganism times. His name means claw in German, Kramper, and according to legend, Krampus was the son of a Norse god of the underworld, Hel. Krampus has been around for centuries and was even before Christianity.
Right.
Long-ass time, basically.
Yes.
Traditionally, the Krampus parade would include young men. They would dress up as this mythical creature, often wearing wooden masks, horns, furs, and sometimes carrying bells. And they would parade up and down the streets, and it was all part of a pagan ritual in order to disperse ghosts.
Yes. I remember being in art class a couple years back, and we were making masks from plaster, and we learned about Krampus and different kinds of masks that people wear in different cultures. And this is when I first learned about Krampus, and he put on this outfit and beat little children, which is something I would love to do. I'm really excited. I want to be the next future Krampus. Definitely give us some money for that. I want to be rich and famous too.
And you want to beat children.
I want to beat children, basically. Essentially, I want to...
But you are a child.
I know, but children are annoying.
But you're a bad child.
I know.
Okay, so the story evolved later that Krampus would tag along with St. Nicholas. He was sort of like the antithesis of St. Nick, While St. Nick was there to reward the good children, Krampus's gig was basically to punish naughty children who had misbehaved throughout the year. For the entire Christmas season, Krampus would beat children with birch branches, or sometimes kids might disappear altogether after being stuffed into his sack.
Ooh.
You know, his little Krampus pouch.
Sounds like my whole childhood.
And toted off to his lair in hell to be tortured and eaten.
Oh my god.
It's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. If I heard that as a child, I'd be spooked.
Would you really?
Yeah, but I know most of my childhood was just a bunch of lies.
Would this scare you into being a good kid or no?
No, because I am naughty all the time.
So Krampus would not have been an effective tool to keep you on the right track?
Definitely not.
Okay, well now that I know that, that's good. I don't feel like I've steered you wrong then, right?
Exactly.
During the 12th century, the Catholic Church tried to ban Krampus celebrations because of his close resemblance to the devil. However, the celebrations didn't die down. For whatever reason, people fucking loved Krampus. They wanted to party with Krampus.
I would love to party with Krampus.
Again, in 1934, with the rise of the Christian Social Party in Austria, there were other attempts to banish Krampus.
Mm-hmm.
And he did kind of die down in popularity for a few decades, but he's back up and running again. Everybody loves the Krampus.
Yeah, I mean, if a weird, demon person knocked on my door, I would want to party with him as well, you know? Wouldn't you guys?
Krampus has been associated with being kind of like a half-goat, half-man type. A creature depicted usually with horns, like cloven hooves, fur, kind of hairy,
Yes.
a long tongue,
Oh my
and
gosh.
even fangs. So I just imagine he kind of looks like Gene Simmons from Kiss with that tongue. Anyway, he carries chains, which some believe evolved later on to symbolize the binding of the devil in Christianity. So there's kind of a lot of
Different
parallels or kind of close ties between
Christmas.
these Christmas traditions, and some of the paganism.
Oh,
And we're going to get kind of into that. The birch bundles that he would carry to beat the children, again, is a very pagan tradition. Regions that celebrate Krampus are Austria, Bavaria, Croatia, the Czech Republic, Hungary, Slovakia, and Slovenia.
Interesting.
Early pagans celebrated Yule, which was a festival associated with Germanic peoples. It is also associated with a wild hunt, the Nordic god Odin, and also Anglo-Saxons. It would be winter solstice, and that's kind of when Yule would start, would be the mark of winter solstice, and then it would last for 11 days after the start. And the whole celebration was really to come together because they were excited for longer days, more sunlight, because winter solstice marks, that the darkness is going to end, kind of thing.
Yeah, light's coming.
They would feast, sacrifice livestock, often smearing blood on the walls of the temple as well as themselves.
That reminds me of this movie where they sacrifice this chicken and then the chicken's head's exploding everywhere. It's a great movie. Check it out, guys.
What is it?
It's one of those scary movies.
Oh,
It's called Haunted House, and
but it's one of those slapstick kind of
a lot of movies
comedies or
put
something
together. So it's kind of like this haunted house, and Annabelle's in it. It's hilarious. You guys should check it out.
And a chicken's head explodes.
It's awesome. Love it, guys. Check it out. One of my favorite things to watch.
Okay. So in Norway between 934 and 961, this was during the Christianization of the country. Yule began coinciding with the Christmas holiday. And the reason they did this was to try to entice more followers into the religion of Christianity while maintaining some of their own traditions. And they were thinking if they kept some of those traditions and sort of intermingled those with Christianity, that it would make people be more drawn to Christianity,
Right.
because it felt more like what they were kind of used to doing.
Yeah.
They would drink for different reasons. There were actually 3 things they would drink for during the celebration: good victory, over their enemies, and power over their enemies; a good harvest, and their departed kinsfolk. So you drink for the dead. And during Yule, there was also a lot of superstition about increased supernatural activity, because pagans believed that the undead could walk the earth during this period.
Yeah,
of time.
kind of like Halloween, how there's a thinner wall between us and them.
Us and them, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, it kind of makes me think of being a Game of Thrones fan, like the Ice King and the undead, and it's all cold, and I don't know why it makes me think of that, but it does. Romans also celebrated a similar type of winter festival called Saturnalia, which also was a feast, happened during like the winter solstice. Really, if you think about it, Christmas is kind of bringing out your inner pagan. Are you ready?
A lot of traditions come from this pagan holiday.
Are you ready to party with your inner pagan?
Always.
This holiday season? Well, actually, lately you've been on a Jewish kick.
Yes.
So are you even celebrating Christmas this year, or are you...
I'm definitely going to stay here for the food and the gifts. But after that, I got to go celebrate Hanukkah. So, I like the menorah, guys.
Okay. The Christmas tree is a pagan symbol, which was like basically evergreens and was supposed to represent the return of life and light as winter solstice occurred. Days get longer. Then people started hanging apples on these evergreen trees, which kind of later evolved into colorful balls, usually in red and green, which is how we have our very modern Christmas tradition ornament. With the red and green
ornaments.
And hanging the ornaments from the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Mistletoe originated by the Druids. They believed it was an all-power healing item from the sacred oak tree, and they would hang the mistletoe in their homes, and it symbolized peace. It was such a powerful symbol of paganism that English churches actually banned the use of mistletoe.
Oh, that's so weird, because nowadays, Christmas, the birth of Jesus, we think of mistletoe as like a Christian thing.
Yeah, right. And maybe like hanging it in the house and you kiss under the mistletoe, and right. It's supposed to like be a good luck kind of thing.
Yeah.
Puritans recognized that Christmas was deeply rooted in paganism, and they actually banned celebrations for like 2 decades when they came to America. So like the early Puritans that settled here, they didn't celebrate Christmas because they felt like it was a pagan holiday.
Oh.
So 20 years passed before they started sort of engaging in those Christmas celebrations.
And even then it was really like light,
Yeah, probably not as excessive as what we celebrate in our modern. Yeah. What do you like the most about Christmas? What is your favorite thing?
I love spending time with family, and I love the goodly food.
Like what kind of goodly food?
The crusty mac and cheese.
What's your favorite?
Yes. I love the crusty mac and cheese. And, I love, like, the season in the air. You smell winter. Is that even a thing? I don't know. Yeah. You walk outside, it's cold, it hits your face, you're freezing, and you want to go back inside. My favorite thing.
Being inside.
Yes.
I know, you really...
totally lazy.
You really don't like engaging in healthy activities.
Absolutely not.
You probably would not participate in a Krampus run.
Oh, hell no.
Where you have to put on a wooden mask and run around. You wouldn't like that?
Well, I would love terrorizing everybody, because that's just something I enjoy, being me, of course. But, I definitely would not engage in anything healthy.
Okay. Well, don't forget, folks, we have a Mountain Murders live show coming up in January. Tickets are available for that if you go to brownpapertickets.com and do a keyword search for Mountain Murders. Should pop up the link for the live show. Also, we have an event on our Facebook page. Look up Mountain Murders on Facebook. You can find that event. We have a link for tickets in the event where you can just click and buy your tickets. They are $10 online. I believe they will be $12 the day of the show. And just to quick remind you guys, that show is in Asheville, North Carolina at Fleetwood's, which is on Haywood Road. It's a really cool rock and roll wedding chapel. Awesome. You've been to Fleetwood's?
Yes, one of my favorite places to go, have a soda.
Punk Flea.
The Punk Flea. We love selling our weird shit. We
go sell at the Asheville Punk Flea sometimes.
Awesome. You guys should definitely check it out.
So you like Fleetwood. Yeah. So yeah, definitely they should come to the live show.
Definitely, guys.
You think you might come to the live show?
I'll definitely be there.
Are you going to be front row?
Yes. I'm 14 and single, by the way. Hit me up, guys.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a Virgo.
In case any of our listeners have, young sons. Okay.
Yes. I'm a Virgo. Get along with all the star signs, by the way. Just if you're wondering.
Okay, you're in trouble. See, this is why Krampus is going to come beat you.
I would enjoy that.
With a birch. You be quiet. You pipe down over there. Again, this has been our 4th in our 12 downloads of Christmas. Thank you for tuning in. And we're going to have a brand new Mountain Murders podcast for you coming up this weekend. Another great true crime case.